Well, I need to come on here to mention to you all that it is currently the day after Thanksgiving as I am recording this video. Due to some things you're going to find out about when the other videos get uploaded, and if you've checked my Facebook page, that right now is a time when I have one of those videos downloading from Amazon and was getting ready to upload one of them to YouTube, but decided to kind of take a little while away from it and kind of do the little things one at a time, and couldn't tell you everything about what all the struggle was online with even trying to download today. But there is a little other thing that I have come on here that I want to share, and what I want to mention is the fact that you probably saw me the other day cutting out the fox blanks, including the ones from Sapelli, but I will tell you what became of those is, it just so happened that as I was trying to carve them, I accidentally chipped off the ears of one and struggled and struggled to restore them, but couldn't do it. So I finally ended up deciding to kind of trim up the nose on one, trim up the tail, and to go with the little ears and make it into a beaver, as you can see. And kind of the same, and since I make my things in twos, that last one I showed you, that was the other one, and decided I would go ahead and make little beavers out of both of them. So now you kind of see how that's coming out. I do want to say, of all the things I've been showing in pictures online, I've got to close this container here while I can, but I've got some other things soaking in the oil right now. I took the bears out today, and the mahogany and walnut ones, they're probably going to be showing on Facebook sooner or later on the page, and so I don't have them in the room right now, so I can't bring them out. However, sometime a while back I cut little fox blanks out of Kentucky coffee tree. These are how I've gotten the foxes to turn out. I have a couple ones that are carved out of mahogany. They are in the oil soaking, along with a couple of flat plain rabbits and mahogany raccoons that were also kind of like cut from the remains of scraps that were left over from cutting out other blanks, and decided to use them to make them into that. So one of the things that gave me the beaver idea was I was showing pictures last night of all my foxes, rabbits, and raccoons that I made, and somebody replied saying, "It looks like you've been a busy beaver. You're sure to have a carving of a beaver in a picture to post soon." And I told her that I had never thought about that. I said, but since you mention it, it sounds like a good idea. And the idea finally came in handy today. When the foxes failed, and where you kind of know that saying goes that every mistake is a new opportunity in art, that's one of the places where I decided to take that opportunity and take upon the suggestion and make a beaver or two. So that's going to be the story as of today. And I do want to share another little thing I've been drawing out lately, because I know I showed you these bears before, like the ones in the yoga poses, and of course there's one in particular that I've kind of been drawing some lines on some walnut and cherry for lately. In fact, I've been doing it with two of them on the walnut, but I only had enough cherry to do two of them on one. but you can probably see how here I've kind of drawn out the pattern for one. It's probably hard to see with everything else, but what I have done is I have sort of labeled them as sitting and lying. So there's kind of one I've got here where, you know, I've got a lying bear here, LA and LA. These are the two pieces that are going to be cut out to make the two sides to that. And of course, there's also, since we're doing more of it, I've got LB and LB here to be the two sides of the other one that lies down. We're going to explain a little bit more about the grain in a future video to tell you a little bit more about how we kind of trace it according to the grain and try to make it work according to the grain. But as for the sitting bear, which is this one, I've kind of got a little things cut out here, like this is SA and SA, the little blanks cut out according to the grain to make the two sides of sitting bear A. And of course there will also be sitting bear B, which also kinda needs to come out a similar way. So we've got a little bit here as for how that goes, and that will be cut out according to its own grain as well. We will see here that according to this one, we have got the fronts and backs of these, since these little pieces of cherry just so happen to be left over from other blanks. They were just the right size to fit the sitting bear on. So I came up with a way to kind of make it so that it's SA front and SA back. And with this one being SA front and SA back, that's how I will put these together according to these lines I have drawn on this one. And then there is also SB, sitting bear B, which according to its own grains, I have kind of made the front of it on this blank with the front here and the back here with the back here. So it's a little ways to go. As some of you all know, I just haven't been sawing because there's been some company in the house I've been trying not to disturb, but I took another blank today and decided to draw a dragon pattern on it just from my imagination, just from what I could see in there. So that is another thing that's going to come out as soon as I can get back to the saw again, try to cut along these lines, try to cut the lines in and make it so it'll come out as a blank, and cut down this line to saw it in half and make it so there will be two blanks to carve here. So as I've wanted to say, that's pretty much what I have in the shop today, and there's going to be more to come in just a few more days, hopefully.